My sister is missing. Please help me find her.
What do you blind, stupid public servants know or care
Well, I
about
tell you,
the
this
truth?
particular blind, stupid public servant is the one who decides whether or not to book you.
Glenna Burns is a mute. She's different from us in only one way, Mr. Lord. She can't speak.
I want an ambulance sent to 102 Crestview and make it quick.
Look, I did not touch her. I do not know where she was staying.
Operator, I'm telling you, she would never leave the phone off the hook.
Southern Airlines announces the departure of Flight 19 for Dallas, Atlanta, and Miami at Gate 1. All passengers, Southern Airlines Flight 19, the plane is now ready for boarding at Gate 1. Miss Sears of the Jolly Old Tour Group urgently requests all members report to her in the Lanai Lounge. Thank you.
Where to, miss? No speaking English, huh? Oh, okay, I get You want me to wait, but I gotta keep the old clock ticking now, huh?
Yes? Glenna? Well, of course. I'd recognize you anywhere. How nice to see you. Come on in. Let's go in the den. This way, Glenna. Certainly nice to meet you after all these years. I don't know. She left 6 weeks ago. I haven't seen her since. I'm sorry. I don't understand it, dude. I'm certainly glad you came. Things had gotten to the point where I was going to call you, send you a telegram, find out what you'd heard, if you knew anything at all. See the police about what? Oh, no. You don't report a disappearance unless you suspect foul play, and with Beth, it wasn't that. Well, look, you must have known she wrote you all the time. I mean, our marriage was not... Look, she was emotionally disturbed. Now, she threatened to leave many times, and one night, all of a sudden, like that, she was gone. But she'll be back. I know, Beth. Now, don't worry. Look, maybe you'd like to stay here, and we can try to work this out together. Look, I know it's not the Taj Mahal, but it's surely more comfortable than a hotel room.
Julian! Julie! Darling, I've just been... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you had a guest.
This is my secretary, Irene Wilson. She...
Julian, was that her sister?
It sure was.
Tell Crowley I got his message. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm on my way to Lieutenant Berrien's office now. John?
Hi, Pat. Come on in.
Hello.
This is the young lady I was telling Crowley about. Miss Glenna Burns.
Hi.
This is Sergeant Anderson.
Well, I guess you've had a long trip. Canada, was it?
It was Nova Scotia. I also told her you used to work for me.
Oh, a slave driver, this one. I had to get out.
Oh, well, listen, I've changed my ways and my whip. Do you want to transfer back?
Oh, first show me your new whip.
I've also told her that you can read hands.
Well, I'm a little rough at it. Well, how can we help you, Glenna? My sister is missing. I haven't heard from her in 6 days. Weeks. Oh, she hasn't heard from her in 6 weeks. She's very worried. This is my sister when she visited my aunt and me 3 years ago. These are letters which she wrote to me since that visit. I feel it's very urgent. Oh, if she feels it's very important, we read them, all right?
Does your sister live here, Miss Burns? Does she work here? Is she married?
Married. Have you been in touch with her husband? She just left him. He has no idea where she might have gone? He says no. I see. Please help me find her. She wants us to help her find her. Well.
Pep, you really did well. Thanks a lot.
Oh.
Look, I'm due at a briefing, so why don't you two just get acquainted, pour yourselves a cup of coffee, and I'd really appreciate it if you could drop Miss Burns off at the hotel on your way back.
Well, I was about to suggest that, but Glenna, etched in my memory forever is the rotten coffee in this office. So goodbye, John.
How nice. You remembered.
Hey, Frosty, you're a little late.
I'm a little sorry. Very little.
Yeah, but I got to get the truck back to the garage. Hey, hold it. Your old man, he been to the baker's?
He went. Still warm. Nice. Very nice. Huh.
Yeah, very nice. Hey, what are you doing?
Well, at these prices, Gus, I think I better check some of the pelt numbers. Just see what kind of merchandise you got.
Hey, you know, Frosty, I've been thinking about us a lot.
What about us a lot?
Mexico. You know, I'm having a little time off soon, and what do you say we take a little trip, huh?
Well, see, I'm on a diet, and I'm afraid I'll eat too much of that food. I love those tacos.
Who's going to be eating all day? Cuernavaca. I got a friend down there in Cuernavaca. He's got a villa. It's his own. He says we can have it. You ever see one of those villas?
I saw the movie. I loved Wallace Beery.
Yeah, me too. I like that picture. That was a good picture.
It's good stuff, Gus. Real good. Okay. All right, here you go. 23,000, just like you said. Now, how about if we start transferring the dry cleaning?
There's 35 coats in there.
So?
Well, you ain't gonna get them all in that little job over there.
I know, Gus, I know. That's why I've got some help. Nothing to worry about. They're all kin to my old man. They're right over there. You want to call them? Call them over, Gus.
Gus, police department, let's go.
Sorry about Cuernavaca, Gus.
Well, I don't think it'll be going too far down a dead-end street.
All right, which one of you guys want to chase him?
Joe?
Heads.
I knew it.
2 heads.
Yeah, well, it's better than none, buddy.
Oh, come on, Gus. Don't shoot, don't shoot. Shoot? What do you mean shoot? Come on. Get out of there and slip into these and we'll all go home early. Come on.
This one's Glenna, and that's her sister, Elizabeth. She refers to her as Beth.
Nova Scotia?
Not actually Nova Scotia. It's a little island off the coast called Albin. They were both brought up by their aunt, a Mrs. Mitchell. From what I can gather, she owns the island. Definitely not poor folk.
Have you had a chance to read the letters yet?
Half of them so far. Who's got the mustard?
Use the duck sauce. It's better. What'd you get from the letters?
A lot. About the husband. Beth was suspicious that he was having an affair with a girl named Irene.
What else does he do?
He's an architect builder. Beth was obviously very much in love with him, but no indication she planned to leave him.
Your sister's very pretty. Was she born mute?
No. When she was about 4 years old, they found a growth in her throat. They operated, but...
She got a scar. It was right along here.
Yeah. Bill, do you mind if I stay on the case a few more days?
Okay. But I tell you, I want you back on this Petroni case as soon as possible.
No, I was not at any hotel last night.
Mr. Lord informed me that he was home last night, asleep.
Alone?
Yes, alone.
This Irene Wilson.
This Irene Wilson happens to be my secretarial assistant and not, as you seem to be implying, my mistress.
Oh, I see. Your secretarial assistant.
That's right.
Well, where was your secretarial assistant last night?
Away on business in San Francisco.
Sergeant, have you considered the very likely possibility that it was a burglar or some sex freak who attacked my client's sister-in-law?
Yes, we have. But when we picked her up at the hospital this morning, she said she hadn't been robbed or sexually assaulted.
Yeah, so it had to be me, huh? Right? She said she saw me.
No, she said that the room was dark and she only saw a shadow.
Mine, of course. I mean, my wife is missing and I know exactly where she is, but I don't want anybody else to know. Isn't that what you're trying to say? Look, I did not see Glenna last night. I did not touch her. I do not know where she was staying.
Would you swear to that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I wish somebody would tell me what the hell is going on around here. Julian,
Yeah,
is your
Pap, you wanna
attorney.
bring him in,
I
please?
don't need an attorney to tell me what the truth is. It'll be my word against their idiotic speculations. Damnedest thing I ever saw in my life.
Come in.
Excuse me.
Hi.
This is Charlie Tedesco, Mr. Lord. He drives a cab for the city cab company. Do you recognize him? Mr. Tedesco, do you recognize this man?
Yeah, I do, Sergeant. Came to the garage last night about 8 o'clock to see me.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
That it?
That's it. Thanks very much.
Okay.
You want to explain that, Mr. Lord?
What is this, some plot hatched up by my pathetic wife and her equally pathetic sister?
Glenna Burns is a mute. She's different from us in only one way, Mr. Lord. She can't speak. That does not make her pathetic.
You want to explain about the cab driver?
When Glenna left yesterday, I made a note of the license plate and the cab company. I called the garage. I found out about Mr. Tedesco. We met.
And you paid him $50.
That's right.
Why?
I wanted to know where she went. Glenna showed up at my house yesterday suddenly out of nowhere. We talked. When she left, I had the feeling she suspected me of something, was going to the police, and I wanted to talk to her before she did.
Why?
Because whatever happened between me and my wife is our own personal problem. Now, can't you people understand that?
Mr. Lord, is it true that you're under investigation right now by the Securities and Exchange Commission?
Oh, come on, will you?
All right, I'll explain that. My client and 3 partners formed a corporation. Each of them was going to put up $3 million to develop a new retirement community. Now, because of circumstances, my client couldn't produce a share of the money, but this doesn't mean he won't.
Yeah, these circumstances, do they have anything to do with the money that your wife was going to give you, only she didn't?
There's one thing I do know. I don't have to discuss that with a sergeant.
Now, Crowley, you have nothing on which to hold my client. You know that.
And you know that this is only an investigation, a search for the truth, which...
Oh, a search for the truth. Is that a joke? What do you blind, stupid public servants know or care
I
about
tell you,
the
this
truth?
particular blind, stupid public servant, the one who decides whether or not to book you. You get him the hell out of here.
Well,
So is this what you people do on a slow day for your kicks?
You better get him out of here.
Damn, come on.
I know what's going on here, but it's only going to complicate matters to go
Couldn't
this
care less, Frank. I'm bored of the way cops go
there's
around.
no way to act.
Pushing people around, saying what
Why
they want to
incur
say.
their displeasure?
I couldn't care less.
I'd love to have you stay with me. I'm absolutely sure if you can stand my crazy hours. Here's Miss Burns' key.
I'll fetch your bill as soon as the computer rings up the good news. Miss Burns, may I please have your credit card? And simply sign this.
Yeah, boys. Hi, I'm Eric.
Hi, Eric.
And this here is Chaucer. He was born in London, England.
He's a bloomin' beauty.
He sure is. What's your name?
That's Glenna, and I'm Pepper.
He's a show dog.
Miss Burns?
Oh, here, I'll take it.
He sure does like you, Glenna. You too, Pepper. I guess it's because you're both so pretty. We have to go now. Bye.
Well, here it is. And I went shopping yesterday, so the refrigerator is full of goodies. You can help yourself, whatever you want. I'll show you upstairs, because that's going to be your room for a while. No, it doesn't open up, but it's just as comfortable as my bed upstairs. What? Oh, no, ma'am. That's where I'm going to sleep. You're going to be one of those? You're going to be a house guest that gives me no trouble? I wish I could say the same for some of my relatives. Are you sure? All right. Excuse me. Who is it?
It's William.
William who?
Quit horsing around. Open up, let me in.
Is it the William who could have arrived a few minutes earlier to help with the heavy luggage?
No, it's the William who okays your petty cash.
Oh, hi, Bill.
You're all cop, aren't you? Hi, Glenna. How are you? Everything okay? Boy, talk about a day. You got something cold to drink?
Yeah, out here. Come on.
You want to go out on the terrace?
That's better.
Every time I come out here, I feel like Jungle Jim. Here, I'll give you a hand. Orange juice and martini glasses?
Well, when I get a raise, you get a silver chalice.
I see. Glenna, I read your sister's letters. There's only one I could find in which there was something a little cryptic.
In reference to Arcady?
Yeah. Here. It says, my dreams, Julian, everything I've had with him, the good and the bad. I have the feeling that it will all end as dreadfully as it all began so beautifully at Arcady. What is Arcady?
It's the name of a cabin that Julian built for himself and my sister after they were married. A hideaway.
Where's it located?
Near a lake.
Which lake? Did she ever say?
Once she wrote to me that it was very warm there. But she said that was very funny because. Wait a minute. Go back to. I missed it. Go back to funny. She said it was very funny because the name indicated a place very cold. Oh, Glenn, I can't remember the name.
Very cold Springs?
There's a place about 30 miles north of there, Snow Canyon.
No, Frost Lake. Frost Lake.
Is that it?
Sure, I know Mr. Lord. What about? Has he got a cabin around here?
Maybe. Who wants to know? I hope he's in no trouble. He's a nice man. Nice wife.
Oh? Have you seen him lately?
Well, can't say I have.
What can you say about the cabin? Can you tell me where it is?
Yeah. Come on inside. I'll draw you a map.
Joe, come here. What do you got?
A septic tank.
Hello. Yes, Bill. Yes, she's here. I see. All right. They found a body. It could be Beth.
I have the feeling that it will all end as dreadfully as it all began so beautifully. At Arcady, your loving sister Elizabeth.
Thank you, Sergeant. Your Honor, I should like to present this letter written by the hand of Elizabeth Lord to the court designated Exhibit A.
You may do so, Mr. Hogan.
Now, Sergeant Crowley, would you please tell us what happened next?
Yes, we learned from Miss Burns that Arcady was the name of a cabin that Mr. Lord had built. We located the cabin, made a search, and found a body.
Would you please tell us where you found the body and the condition of that body?
Mostly bones. We found them buried in the sump of a tank, a septic tank, not far from the cabin. It's decomposed, but definitely female Caucasian.
Is there anything else you can think about in regards to the condition of that body?
Yes, sir.
What is that, please?
It was decapitated.
Decapitated?
Yes.
Anything else, Sergeant?
Yes, according to the autopsy report, there's evidence that the decomposition of the body was aided by the use of a powerful acid.
I have no further questions, Your Honor. Cross-examination?
Sergeant Crowley, as you know, this is a preliminary hearing that my client has not been found guilty of a thing. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
He has, however, been accused of the murder of his wife. Now, is there any proof, wherever it is, in that autopsy report that you just referred to, that the deceased was indeed Elizabeth Lord?
No, there isn't, but...
Just answer yes or no.
No.
Well, now, Miss Wilson, what is your occupation?
I'm presently unemployed.
But you did work as an assistant to Mr. Lord for some time now, is that correct?
Yes, I did.
Thank you. Now, why are you no longer employed by the accused?
Objection, Your Honor. The question is irrelevant.
I beg to differ with the distinguished counselor for the defense, Your Honor. I feel the question is important, and I intend to prove that importance.
Overruled. The witness will answer the question.
Now, why do you no longer work for the accused, Miss Wilson?
I quit.
Would you mind telling the court why?
I wasn't feeling very well. I needed a rest.
Miss Wilson, were you ever romantically involved with the accused?
Objection. I must insist that this entire line of questioning is totally irrelevant.
Overruled. I'm afraid I'll have to overrule you again, Mr. Hall.
I repeat the question. Miss Wilson, were you ever involved romantically with the accused? And I remind you, you are still under oath.
I was involved with him. Briefly.
You were having an affair with the accused. Is that correct?
Yes.
You knew he had a wife. You knew that. And yet you and he engaged in the most flagrant love affair. Is that correct?
I said yes.
I have no more questions, Your Honor.
I guess you could say I was one of Beth's closest friends.
When did you meet?
Oh, 8 or so years ago. Shortly before she and Julian were married.
Mrs. Larkin, would you tell us some of the things that you got to know about Mrs. Lord during those 8 years?
She came from a very wealthy family. Supported both herself and Julian after they were married, while he was taking postgraduate studies in architecture. Supported him spiritually during some of the hard times, until Julian finally made it.
Mrs. Larkin, did she ever discuss intimate matters with you?
Yes, she did.
When did you last see Elizabeth Lord?
We had lunch at Le Mans, a little French restaurant we used to go to. Beth looked very pale, nervous. She told me how Julian had been drinking, became violent, unreasonable at times. How he'd fired another maid and she had been busy interviewing a whole slew of women.
About the marriage. Did she talk to you about that?
She said things were bad, but that she was determined to straighten them out, if it killed her.
Thank you, Mrs. Larkin. I have no more witnesses.
Now, remember, you're under oath. Did you have anything to do with the murder of your wife, Elizabeth Lord?
I did not.
Would you please repeat your answer?
No, I did not.
Did you love your wife?
Yes, I did. I do.
Despite the fact that you became involved with several other women?
Well, that was because of her.
Would you explain that, Mr. Lord?
Beth was ill, mentally, emotionally. She became increasingly difficult to live with.
So you were forced to turn to other women. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I don't say I'm proud of it or it's the right thing to do, but it's what I did. But I tried to help. I tried to get her psychiatric help. That seemed to frighten her even more. I honestly wasn't surprised when she left me or disappeared. It had nothing to do with money now. I was going to handle that part of it myself.
Thank you. No more questions.
I have just one question for you, Mr. Lord. In your line of business, do you have access to quantities of acid?
No.
Well, now, according to this purchase order, signed by you, dated May 15th of this year, you authorized the purchase of the following items for your company. 6 50-pound drums of sulfuric acid, 20 100-pound bags of lime, and 2 100-pound bags of lye.
I run a very large business. It's highly possible that one of my department heads ordered it.
That's all.
Yeah, but you don't understand.
Thank you very much. You've answered the question.
Mrs. Larkin, may I speak to you for just a minute, please?
Tomorrow, Glenna, we come back. The judge will make his decision, and that's it until the trial. I want you all to know that shall not wait. My work is finished. I want to fly home to Albin, where there is peace, land, and water.
I tell you what, I'll buy lunch if we can all visit you one day. What does that mean?
Not a chance.
Look, since you're springing, why don't we go down to Vinny's and have a peanut butter sandwich?
Yes, that sounds good to me.
Yeah?
Hey, Pep, it's Bill. Yeah, we've run into a snag on that Petroni case. Yeah, we're at the Four Winds. Hey, you should see the ceiling here.
Oh, that place Pete's friend just opened.
Hey, Bill, your order's on the table.
Thanks. Yeah, they got a menu here with everything on it from baked aardvark to zabaione.
I'll give you a tip. Stick with the zabaione. So what else?
Hey, listen, the reason I called you. We need that new number on Petroni. You wrote it down on something, didn't you? Didn't you jot it down?
Hold on. Let me see if I got the right purse. And while I'm gone, don't eat any aardvark. Hold on, let me see. Oh, I don't know if this is the right one or not, but try 555-8373.
555-8373. Okay, I may get back to you, kid.
Try not to, kid. I'd like to make a long-distance call to Albin, Nova Scotia. Right, I'm coming.
Oh, sweetheart, I'll get there.
Mitchell residence.
Hello, may I speak to Mrs. Mitchell, please?
She's not here.
Glenna Burns. Is she there?
She died last month. Who's calling?
Do you have any idea where Beth is? Elizabeth Lord.
Mrs. Lord? In California. Well, now, look, if you'd like me to take a message, I can...
No, thank you.
Well, 4 o'clock in the morning, getting a body up for something like that.
You're Beth. Dear God, you're Beth.
How's that, Bill?
Pat was right about the aardvark.
What do you mean?
I think you got the winner.
Who got the winner? You kidding me?
That's terrible.
Where do you think he's at now?
Who, Pete?
Petroni.
Well, I got a hunch. He's in Las Vegas. And he'll be back tomorrow the next day.
How come the hunch?
3 things. First of all, I got ESP. Secondly, I made a great deduction. And third, a friendly just told me on the telephone.
Well, then why didn't you tell me that in the first place?
Bill, Hoskins wants to talk to you on the phone. This late? Ah.
Fred stopped by.
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
the
Paul.
usual.
How you feeling?
A lot better, thanks. Oh, say, listen, Bill. I just completed my work on those bones and stuff that you brought from the tank sump. Yeah, I just thought you ought to know that all the tests indicate that the victim was Caucasian, female, between 60 and 70 years of age.
Wait a minute. About how old?
Okay, then, okay. Make it between 60 and 65, okay?
Okay, Paul, thanks. I got some interesting news for you. That body we found at Frost Lake, the lady was 65 years old.
65?
Mm-hmm.
Who could it be?
I don't know. I'm sure of one thing. It ain't Julian Lord's wife.
The face is completely different. It's so different that... Of course, plastic surgery. And the eyes, contact lenses, the hair is easy to change. Am I right? Am I right, damn you? And then something special for the neck, something you could apply when you needed it, a scar, like hers, just like your sister's. I'm right, aren't I?
What's the matter, William? The aardvark getting to you? No, I tell you what's getting to me. Arcady's getting to me. Man, you talk about irony. Somebody decides they're gonna knock off some old lady. So they go up in the middle of nowhere to some cabin that nobody ever goes to. They dump the bones in a cesspool tank, and they cover them up. Now, what is the percentage of anybody ever digging that up? Of those bones ever being found? Huh? I mean, ironically, if it hadn't been for Glenna. Listen, I'm gonna go give Pep a call.
Then you had to go through that first major test and see Julian. Would he recognize you? He didn't, did he? And so you came to me.
Yeah, operator. I have an emergency call, please, for 904-2133. Yeah, I'm getting a busy. Bill Crowley.
The letters. I read them. All about your love for your Julian, but what I didn't read into them was your fear that you were losing him to another woman. So you decided to get even, to get him. Didn't you? So you called him that night to see if he was home, and he was. And you stabbed yourself. A few days later, after we found that body, you knew your plan had worked.
Operator, would you check it again, please? There's no way it could be off the hook. Yeah, operator, I'm telling you, she would never leave the phone off the hook. Pete, Joe?
Who was she? The woman you murdered? Some poor soul who answered your ad for a maid? It's not important. We'll find out. You're sick. You're a very sick woman. You need help. Why don't you start by giving me the gun?
Sent to 102 Crestview and make it quick. You hear? Quick.
There you go. My gun.
Yeah.
She shot me. She's not.
She's not what?
She's not Glenna.
Hey, Bill. Pep's car's missing.
Give me that blanket, will you?
How come it never hurts when John Wayne gets shot?
Yeah.
Hello, is Mrs. Lord there?
No, she's not. Who wants to know?
This is Transcontinental Airlines. We want her to know that her flight to Toronto will be delayed at least 45 minutes.
departure of Flight 62 for Winnipeg and Toronto at Gate 8. All passengers, Transcontinental Airlines Flight 62. Your plane is now ready for boarding at Gate 8. Flight 51, Baja Airlines, is now arriving at Gate 16. Baja Airlines, Flight 51, now arriving at Gate 16.
Hey, Joe!
Caledonia Airlines announces arrival of Flight 103 from London, Glasgow, and Sheffield at Gate 3. Flight 103, Caledonia Airlines, now arriving at Gate 3.
Fake. Anybody call for a male nurse and 2 years pharmacist?
Oh, boy, some people really got it made.
Hey, where's the TV?
This place is driving me crazy. Did you come to spring me?
No, we came bearing gifts.
How nice. Day-old daisies.
I never promised you a rose garden.
Julian Lord sent roses. By the way, he thanks us for pursuing the truth. Isn't that nice? Joe, thank Harriet for sending the candy. But, Bill, I gotta get out of this place.
Look, Harriet thought the candy was all right. But the kids thought the popcorn was better.
Maybe they can get me out of here.
Well, here's something that might help. A little poetry by Shelley.
Berman?
Winters.
Maybe she can get me out of here. Bill.
Listen, speaking of getting out, I gotta go. I'm doing court.
All right. Well, listen, thanks. They really are nice.
They're nice because they reminded me of you.
How sweet.
I'll see you in the morning.
Can't you come by tonight?
Honey, I can't come by tonight. I got so many reports to fill out, I won't be through before... listen, on second thought, I will come by tonight. What time do you guys close, anyway?
Pregnant. At first I looked for an abortion, but Minner talked me out of it.
A great-looking couple from Vegas who want to adopt a baby. Well, she wants a kid, and we don't want to screw up her figure.
Go right at him. Drop down as quick as you can and go right at him now.
You won't mind it.
You ready for a helicopter ride?
Oh, you're taking me to the desert for a long weekend?
No, it's more like the mountains. A small plane went down about an hour ago near Lambria.
Drugs?
Baby peddling. Maybe.
Huh?
Probably.
You want to lay that on me again?
Well, there were 3 women aboard and a pilot. They're all dead. The whole area is strewn with baby clothes, and yet the women aren't visibly pregnant, and they couldn't find any babies. I just talked to the DA's office, Schreiner.
Oh, I've switched him off TV a couple of times.
Yeah, well, he and the department have been looking into this baby thing for a long time. He wants...
Headlines.
You Sergeant Crowley?
That's right.
I'm Boswell, Sheriff's Homicide Bureau.
Roosevelt, it's Sergeant Anderson.
How do you do?
I wish my partner looked as good. The plane's a rental out of San Carlos. FAA is sending out an investigative team.
Anything on the victims?
Well, it's a pilot, 2 young girls, a third woman not much older. No survivors, of course. Here are the IDs. That's the pilot, Higgins. The 2 girls.
No, they're both from the city. Student body ID cards.
From different schools.
Across town.
It's really kind of strange. Money and fraternity clothes all over the place. Could be connected to that ring your department's working on.
How much money did you find?
Well, I picked up at least $2,000 so far. Mostly $100 bills.
It's Valerie.
God.
Sam. Can you talk about it, Sam?
Yeah.
There were 2 other girls on the plane with Valerie. Their names were Tammy Dean and Marilyn Johansson. Do you recognize them at all?
No.
You see, we think...
What?
Well, we think maybe they may have been involved in a baby selling ring.
What are you talking about? What baby selling ring?
We're not sure of anything yet. But the last time I talked to Valerie was at your anniversary party, remember? And she told me how much you both wanted a child. And she also told me about the problem.
Operation.
Yeah, she told me that.
She was coming back so good.
She also, she mentioned adoption.
We were on some lists, some waiting lists. We applied.
Yeah, that can take a long time.
Wait a minute, Crowley. Nope. What are you saying here, huh? Look, there wasn't anything we didn't talk about.
Sam.
Sam, will you take it easy? We're just looking for possibilities. Nobody's suggesting anything.
Do you know why Valerie was on that plane?
No. She said she had the day off. She was going to go visit some friends. Drive. I want in on this with you.
No way, Sam.
No way. Look, this is my wife we're talking about.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Joe.
Oh, Sam. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what is it, Joe?
Oh, the civil aeronautics people upstairs in the chief's office. He wants to see you up there.
Okay, tell him I'll be up as soon as possible.
Well, he'd like to see you up there now.
Well, your hunch was right. Both of those girls had just given birth. Now, the Doran woman was a...
Yeah, we know about the hysterectomy. Listen, Doc, both girls have given birth how recently?
Within 48 hours.
Really?
What about the pilot?
His liver was pickled. He was much more than just a social drinker, so the alcohol content isn't at all unusual in his type. But the traces of chlorohydrate are.
The pilot was drugged?
Mickey Finn.
Enough to have caused the crash?
No, I'd say so, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't expect him back for... Hold on. He just walked in. Frank, the call from Mexico on line 2.
Thanks, sweetheart. All right, Buenas, what happened?
Hold on, Frank.
How did the girls get on the plane?
I don't know. They were supposed to go out on a commercial flight.
Your handling of the Higgins thing was stupid. You're rushing to everything headlong. You're down there to exercise total control. You don't do that, we're all in the toilet. You've been there before, Doctor, and this time I'm not pulling you out.
I am in control, Frank. That's why I had to take care of Higgins the way I did. He was getting greedy and threatening. And there was a cop's wife down here looking to do business. She might have been a plant. I'm telling you, Frank, I don't want anything even smelling of cops near me ever again.
No, I'm telling you. From now on, you clear everything with me, understand? Until things ease up here, I'm running both ends of this operation.
I need another.
I could use one, too.
Hey, Sam.
Sam?
Sam, what are you doing here?
I called the bank this morning. Valerie, the day before yesterday, she withdrew some money from our savings. $6,000.
6,000?
Now, look, Bill, if she was doing something about getting a baby, and the pilot was drugged, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That means that they killed my wife. Now, you gotta let me work on this case.
Sam.
Now, look, Neil, see, this is a gasoline fill-up kit from a Mexicali airport here. Now, if they're running a baby-selling operation, it's coming out of Mexico, you see, and
Sam, listen, I don't want you interfering in this case. I spoke to Parks. I'm sorry, Sam, but... Look, as of this morning, you're relieved of all duties, and I want you to take 2 weeks off.
You really should take a rest, Sam.
How in the hell? Tell me.
Hey, wait a minute, Schreiner. Wait a minute. This distraught guy that you're talking about, the one that keeps butting in, as you put it, this is a man whose wife just got killed in one of the dirtiest businesses around. Now, I told him to lay off. I'm going to tell you the same thing, Schreiner. You lay off. You lay off my team. You lay off me. You lay off this whole case. You understand that until we get it cleaned up, okay? Stupid jerk.
Eric. He just wants to get in the papers.
Yeah, more like the comics.
You know what really blows my butt? When this jerk ran against his superiors in the primaries, I voted for him.
Well, you're weird.
What is that you're drinking?
pumpkin shake.
I'm weird. All right, Pepper, let's get cracking on this thing. Check out the families and friends of the dead girl, see what you can come up with. Joe, Pete, cover the pilot. Background, plane rentals. Talk to San Diego. See if they got anything on illegal flights across the border, okay? Let's go.
Can I get it up?
Oh, here, Dad.
Thanks, man.
Got a meeting upstairs, and I'm going to go to City College and talk to the people that Valerie worked with.
Okay. Joe,
Yeah?
Sam needs you.
Okay, I'll talk to him.
Hello, Sam.
Cindy?
I'm so sorry.
Cindy, do you know why she was on that plane? Did she tell you anything about it at all?
Oh, Sam, please don't hate me. It's all my fault. It's all my fault.
Look, now whatever happened, I need your help. Please. Now, was she buying a baby?
Sam, she never told you.
What?
How miserable she was after the operation. She wanted to give you a child so badly.
But to buy one?
Oh, God, she was only going down there to look. Then come back and tell you about it.
She took money out of the bank.
Sam, these people don't even talk to you without seeing money up front.
Who are these people? How'd you find out about them?
I introduced her to this guy, Howard Minter.
Checkout stand. Okay, thank you very much.
Finally made it to the hangar.
Take one up.
Really? Can you fly? Sometimes I find.
Hi, fellas. Greetings.
Hey,
What kind of plane can I put you in today?
Well, I'm afraid we're going to have to skip the plane trip. We're from the police department. We're going to see the manager.
That's me, Ernie Hernandez. I'm the manager, pilot, mechanic, whatever you need.
Take the manager.
What do you want?
Your plane that went down in Lambia. Was it November 137 Romeo, Quebec? What can you tell us about it?
It was bad, but we're insured. What else is it to tell?
That pilot, was it Jeff Higgins? Was he a regular customer of yours?
Yeah, he rented a lot. Couldn't keep him out of the sky. You know, some guys are golf nuts. Higgins was a flyer.
How well did you know him?
I had a drink with him once. I guess he loved the sauce, you know, maybe a little too much. But he was a hell of a pilot. Hey, he's ace in the war.
All right.
The big war.
Well, did he ever give you any indications that he was into something shaky?
Not at all. Anything else?
What about flight plans? Don't you have to have those?
They're not mandatory.
Why is that?
Well, you only file them for protection. If you get lost, they come looking for you. Otherwise, this is just like renting a car. You only need to be checked out in the plane and a different license.
Howard? Howard!
I'll get it. You wait here. Look, why don't you go, okay? And I'll wait here for him.
Sam.
No, go on. Go on, will ya? Go on.
She needed the money for school. It was her last year. She was so close to getting her degree.
What about Tammy's parents, Janet?
She didn't have any. She didn't have anyone. That's probably why she got pregnant. And then she went to Mexico to have her baby. Then to sell it. And now she's dead.
Do you have any idea how she made the connection?
I don't know.
Where did she get medical care?
I don't know. She mentioned some clinic on Alamino Street.
That's a pretty long stretch.
I don't know. I don't know exactly where it was.
Do you mind if I have that picture? I mean, we looked through her effects. She didn't even have a driver's license.
She couldn't afford a car.
May I help you?
Yes, I'm with the police department. I'm Sergeant Anderson. I'd like to see the medical records of a girl who might have been a patient here recently.
Yes, certainly. What's her name?
Her last name is Dean, Tammy Dean. She was killed the day before yesterday in a plane crash with 3 other people.
Oh, yes, I read about that. I don't recognize the name. Of course, there were a few who used, aliases.
Yeah. Would this help? This is her picture.
Sergeant, I'm head nurse here, and I know all of the girls, and I've never seen this one before.
How about this one, Marilyn Johansson?
Is she the other girl in the crash?
Yes.
I know I'm no help to you at all, but she's never been here either. I'm sure you've tried other clinics in the area.
A couple so far.
I don't know what to say, except that if I get some information from some of the girls or friends of mine at the other clinics, I'll certainly let you know.
Oh.
I will. May I have your card?
Yes, of course. That'll be a big help.
It's no trouble, believe me.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jeannie?
Hello. You Miss Lewis?
Yes?
I'm Bill Crowley with the police department. I'm a friend of Sam Doran's. I'd like to talk to you about Valerie. You mind?
All right.
Can I sit down?
Yes.
You see, we're investigating Valerie's death. I thought maybe...
Look, I already told Sam everything I know.
When did you talk to Sam?
Just a while ago.
Where? Here? Was he here?
Yes.
Where's he now?
I took him to see the man who arranged the plane flight for Valerie.
And what happened?
Wasn't there.
Where's Sam now?
Waiting for him. I told him I didn't think it was a
What's
good
the
idea.
address?
1400 Bundine Circle.
50 to 52 requesting black and white assistance, 1400 Bundine Circle.
You got two choices, Minter. Okay, either you take me to the head peddler or you can take your last breath.
Look, I said it!
Now you gonna take me to your scum friends?
I don't know what you're talking about. Like I'm gonna kill the cop. I am the cop.
Now what is it gonna be? You got a car?
It's out back. Just move it!
Hey, guys. I'm Sergeant Crowley. Look, here's what's happening. We may have a little trouble in 328. Do me a favor, take the rear here, but if anybody comes out, hold them. Don't shoot anybody. I don't want anybody hurt.
Get it up.
Come on, out you drive.
Sam?
Get in there!
How's Sam?
He's fighting hard. Well, I'm sorry, this is Sergeant Pepper Anderson, Cindy Lewis.
Yes, hi, we met at Val's that time.
This is so crazy. Minter said he was helping people, not hurting anyone.
Cindy, how did you get involved in all this?
I'm pregnant. He's married. At first I looked for an abortion, but Minter talked me out of it. He said he could help me and other people.
How?
He said he knew this agency that could place the baby, give me free medical care, a trip to Mexico. They'd pay all the expenses, and they'd pay me $1,200, which, like most everybody else, I can use. I mean, I know that's a crass way of putting it, but
This agency, what's it called?
Lifeline.
Lifeline?
What do you know about them?
I've heard they place the babies in good homes, couples with money, mainly here in Southern California and in Arizona, Colorado, Nevada. They'll even fly babies anywhere.
What are you doing here? Anybody see you come in?
No, listen. I need help. I gotta get out of here. I just shot a cop.
You what? Are you crazy, man? The heat's crawling all over the place because of the crash.
Look, you gotta get me out of town.
Yeah, I sure do. Come on.
You must appreciate the delicacy of the situation, Phil. We offer a very special kind of service with extremely fragile merchandise. And in the current market conditions, prices bottom out at $10,000. And that's rock bottom. When were you thinking? Excuse me, Phil.
Hernandez is on line 1. He says it's an emergency.
What is it, Ernie?
Yeah, boss, it's Minery. He killed a cop.
Where is he now?
He's in the storeroom. He wants to get out of town. Okay. Fine.
Now, come on, Phil. Let's breathe some life into this situation,
Is it okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Oh, man. I don't care where they put me.
You okay?
I can't tell you how for nearly 4 months I've hated going back to this empty apartment.
Cindy, why didn't Valerie arrange to adopt your baby?
Val and I talked about it, but we were afraid we were too close. And she thought I might want it back someday.
Think that might have happened?
I don't know.
That's how this rotten business gets started. It starts with bewildered, frightened young girls like you, pregnant girls, and can end up with lifelong victims.
I'm not a victim.
Well, maybe you're not. But what about the babies? What about all the babies who can't protect themselves? They're bought and sold, sometimes with less care than livestock. Let's face it, Cindy, the bottom line is it's no different from slavery.
Crowley, yeah. Good, put him on. Pep, come here, I want you to hear this.
Buenas noches, Sergeant Crowley. Lieutenant Garcia here. I have some of the information that you wished.
Fine. Lieutenant, listen, I put you on the speakerphone because I got Sergeant Anderson here. She's listening in. She's working on the case with us.
Fine. First, you were right. Higgins had several drinks at the airport bar before the flight. There were a few people there that could have placed the drug in his drinks. Second, one man recalls that Higgins was seated at the bar with a young woman when he was approached by 2 other American girls who asked him to take them along.
You mean they just hitched a ride?
Apparently. Their plane was delayed.
And since Higgins knew them, he agreed.
Anything else?
There have been rumors about the sale of babies in this area. We will continue to investigate.
Okay, Lieutenant. Thanks very much. We'll be looking forward to hearing from you.
Nos hablamos. Hasta luego, Sergeant Crowley.
Well, looks like we're going to have to build ourselves a bridge between here and Mexicali.
Pepper. Now, picture this. A great-looking couple from Vegas who want to adopt a baby.
Us.
Us.
Okay, so I'm a showgirl from Vegas and you're?
I'm your very rich husband. Let's see. I own motels. Lots of them.
Waterbeds?
No, this is a class act.
Okay, so how do we duke ourselves in?
I'll contact Las Vegas PD, get a rundown on one of the agency's fly-by-night operations, get the bank run, and just try cold duke in.
What about names?
Names. I'm Tom Ralston. You're my wife, Melissa.
Melissa? No, there was one in high school. She got away with football captain. No.
What does Bernice grab you?
Bernice?
Well, when I was captain of the high school football team, Bernice used to grab
Bernice.
me.
Okay. Bernice.
Mr. Armitage's office?
Mr. Who?
Armitage.
Oh, I must have dialed the wrong number. I wanted the... What is it, Tom?
It's the Lifeline Agency, honey.
The Lifeline Agency.
Who's calling, please?
Are you sure I have the right number? I'm Mrs. Ralston, Bernice Ralston, calling from Las Vegas. And are you sure I didn't dial the wrong?
You have the right office, Miss Ralston.
Oh, it's Mrs.
Is there something that we can do for you?
Yes, we're interested in getting a baby.
I see.
Tom and I hear that you are a placement outfit, agency, right?
Mrs. Ralston, may I ask, by whom were you referred to us?
The Helping Hand people here in Vegas. They say that you help out in situations like this, couples who are anxious to have a baby.
Yes. We're unique in that we can avoid the usual complications and delays. Of course, we would have to meet with you and Mr. Ralston.
No problem. You can send somebody here anytime you want to, and we'll be glad to talk to them.
I'm afraid it has to be the other way around. We always interview our clients here.
Tommy.
Yeah, honey?
They want us to go see them.
Oh, why's that, honey?
It's their policy, and they're not going to send a baby here.
Well, you tell them I'll fly my plane down there and pick them up myself, honey.
Honey, please.
Oh, I guess so.
Tommy says wonderful.
Good. If you can give me your phone number and address in Las Vegas, Mr. Ralston's occupation, things like that, and when it would be convenient for you to fly out and discuss the details. The head of our agency.
Mr. Armitage, I'm Tom Ralston.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Ralston.
Pleasure's mine, sir. This here is Mrs. Ralston.
A real pleasure.
Thank you.
Well, can I make you a drink?
I can go for a little straight scotch.
Well, please, make yourself comfortable.
Honey, one for me, too?
You sure, sweetheart?
Yes.
You know how you get? Better make that two. Better make hers on the rocks.
Of course. How was your flight?
Bumpy.
Well, perhaps these will help. Let's see, that's one straight.
There you go.
And one on the rocks.
You make a heck of a bartender there, Mr. Armitage.
Thank you.
Here's to the little mother.
Oh, you're so sweet to me.
Because you're so sweet to me.
Well, how come you're not sweet to me like that, partner?
You got a few things missing, buddy.
Really?
So, when do we get to see them? Where are they?
The babies?
Well, they're at a clinic some distance from here. And, of course, there are certain things that we'll have to attend to first, certain screening processes.
There weren't supposed to be any complications.
Well, I'm sure you can understand there are certain
Mr.
problems.
Armitage. How much?
Well, now, that, of course, depends upon your needs.
Well, she wants a kid, and we don't want to screw up her figure.
A boy.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be a boy. And let me tell you something. It's got to be from good stock. No runts or rannies. You know what I mean?
We're very careful.
Uh-huh. How much?
30,000. Half in advance.
Please, honey.
Well, it better be a winner.
I'm sure you'll be very pleased.
Yeah. How soon can you put it together?
I'll begin immediately. Meanwhile, I'll have you driven back to your hotel.
Well, that was short and sweet. Thanks for the drink.
My pleasure.
Listen, do the best you can, all right? I got to get back to Vegas.
Of course.
Come on, Bernie.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Armitage.
Bye.
Thank you.
Honey?
Oh, sorry.
Wow.
They smell good for it, Rita. I want you to handle this personally while I check them out from top to bottom. Go with them.
go. Oh, we just wrecked.
Good morning.
Hello.
Morning.
Morning.
Great day for a flight, huh?
Yeah, the weather's cleared up very well.
It's like back home.
Hi.
Is that the plane we're flying in?
That's the plane.
Kind of small, isn't it, honey?
Oh, it's a first-class airplane.
Is that the regular plane you use all the time?
That's the one. Yep. Did you bring the envelope, as they say?
Yeah. It's right off the press.
Brand new, fresh, crisp $100 bills.
Very impressive.
Yeah, well, I don't mess around.
Neither do we. Miss Vaughn will go with you and make sure that your trip is both pleasant and rewarding. Have a pleasant flight.
Okay, thanks very much.
Oh, Ernie! Let's get this very good project off the ground.
Shall we go?
This is a regular plane you use, huh?
We're lucky to have Ernie on this flight. He's from Baja California and knows the area thoroughly.
Yes, but can he fly?
Ah, they're coming after all.
Who was that?
Our chief nurse and two of our expectant mothers. They'll be traveling with us.
Honey, I just have to get off my feet. Help me into the plane, will you?
What you here, babe? What's the matter, baby?
Ryder is the head nurse from one of the clinics. She can blow this whole thing.
You get your dark glasses?
Yeah.
Here, get that.
Oh, hi, Rita.
Hello.
Mary, Helen.
Hello,
Come on.
girl.
I want you to get on board now. You're going to have a great trip. Everything is going to be just fine. You hear? We got to take good care of them, Rita.
Of course. Oh, Mrs. Harris, this is Mr. Ralston. Girls.
I'm
do you
happy
do?
to know you,
Nice
Mr.
to know
Ralston.
you.
Was that your wife I saw just getting on the plane?
Yes, ma'am. Why?
Because no matter whichever baby she chooses, I know she's going to be very pleased. And if she's not, I'll hear from her as soon as you both get back.
Aren't you going with us?
Me? Oh, no, I'm scared to death of anything smaller than a 747.
That's too bad. It's nice meeting you.
You'll be on your way just as soon as I get this luggage on board.
Here, let me take care of that for you.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Believe me, it's my pleasure, ma'am.
You have a nice trip.
These prices had better be. It's a nice lady.
Oh, sorry I didn't get to meet her.
Me too.
Everybody comfortable?
We're all ready.
Air detection, please.
Well, I'll have to give the feds credit. They got a good set of mechanical ears.
Give me the radar room, please.
Lieutenant Garcia, about how far south is it effective?
Oh, we could track them to Panama if we have to.
Hello?
Hello? This is Lieutenant Garcia in Mexicali.
Yes, Lieutenant, this is radar in San Diego. We expect the transfer in about 20 minutes.
What do you have on our surveillance aircraft?
If they're heading south, we'll give them to you as soon as they get south of the border.
Right. Well, we can expect a transfer to San Diego Center in about 20 minutes.
Muy bien.
And it won't be long now, gentlemen. Radar shows him southbound. LAX Center will transfer them to us just west of San Clemente. And then we will know this place where they sell babies.
Oh.
Hey. Hey, well, this is nice.
Oh, it's good to be back on the ground.
Yeah.
Are you feeling better?
Oh, yeah.
Are you, honey? How's that flat little tummy? Not
Well,
queasy?
we're lucky, you know, we had such a smooth flight. Sometimes coming over the hills, it's really very bumpy.
Oh, yeah?
Well, it was pretty bumpy that time. But I'm all right.
I'll show you your accommodations.
Miss Vaughn,
Yes.
may I speak to you for just a moment, please?
Of course.
Please, forgive me.
Why don't you folks wait for me inside?
We'll do that.
Yes, ma'am.
I think Alice would top 8.5 on the breathalyzer.
She must know the pilot.
Only way to fly. Hello.
How are you?
Radar reports the plane has landed at these coordinates, in this vicinity. That's about a 20-mile area.
Well, that sure narrows it down.
My pilot and I know it very well. We will find it.
He sure takes his time.
He's a very busy man.
Well, so is Tom.
Honey,
and
if the man is busy, the man is busy. So cool.
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. I'm Dr. Wyness, chief of the medical staff here.
Doctor, this is Mr.
Dr.
Ralston.
Wyness, I'm Tom Ralston.
It's a pleasure. I hope your accommodations are comfortable.
They're fine. This here is Mrs. Ralston.
Pleasure.
Bernice. My name is Bernice.
As I explained, they're interested in getting a very special baby.
Well, the best way to select one is with your heart.
Well, what do you say, Bernie? You get the pick of the litter.
Well, honey, my heart just doesn't see anything I like. They all kind of look like prunes.
Huh? What do you say, Doc? Is this it?
Well, it takes about 2 weeks for him to fill out and have that beautiful look that we're all so used to.
But 2 of our girls are due tonight, or tomorrow.
Good. We'll see how well they do.
But you must understand, Mrs. Ralston, all newborns look pretty much alike.
Well, you must understand, Miss Vaughn. My wife just doesn't want any of these. So we'll wait around for the right little fellow, okay?
That's right. What could we do around here? I feel like a burrito, honey. Or are there some sights we could see?
What is there to see, Doc?
Well, perhaps you'd like to see our beach. It's lovely.
Could we, honey?
Yeah, you can go walk on the beach.
Alice, would you?
Yes. Let me show you the way. Please follow me.
Thanks, Doc.
See you later.
Okay, Hotshot. Now that we got rid of the nursey, you want to tell me what all that eyeballing was about between you and the doctor?
Yeah, I'll tell you. The doctor and I know each other. He hasn't placed me yet, but he's working on it. Big surprise. He's a wholesale butcher who got his license yanked about 6 years ago. Had an abortion clinic in the valley, and quite a few of his patients died.
And you helped nail it.
Small world, huh?
I hope it's small enough for Pete and Joe to find us.
Mr. Ralston, Mrs. Ralston.
Yeah.
The doctor wanted me to tell you.
Oh, one of the girls is having the baby?
No, not yet. We gotta let nature take its time. But he was worried about you being bored, you know. He didn't want that to happen, seeing how important you are. He thought maybe you and the missus would like to go out on a boat and see the bay.
Yeah, sure, that sounds good.
All right, let's.
Okay, follow me.
Darling.
It's beautiful out here, isn't it?
Yeah, just like in movies. Ah, the wind, the sky, the spray ruining my hair again.
The sharks?
What?
These waters are full of sharks.
Oh, you're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
He smiles like one.
I'm just glad Dr. Frankenstein didn't recognize you.
Maybe I'm not that memorable.
I'd be very embarrassed to have you think that, Sergeant Anderson. You're most memorable. Even after these many years, 6, isn't it? 6 very long years. But that's unpleasant reminiscence. Unfortunately, you've intruded into my exile, prosperous, but sometimes lonely exile. Now, I'd appreciate it if you'd turn around. Now, turn around. Walk. Don't stop.
Go right at him. Drop down as quick as you can and go right at him, man.
morning, Pep.
Uno se cayó al agua.
Looks all right now.
Hey, Pep, hang on.
Should be kind of pretty here. Sam, I didn't tell you. We found Miller's body washed up on a beach. Listen, I know it's no consolation to you, but we got an airtight case against the rest of these guys. For sure.
Bill, you and Pepper, at least it'll happen that much less.
Let's hope so.
Thanks.
It's a hell of a problem.
How are you feeling?
Okay.
Have you made a decision yet?
No. He made it for me. He kicked for the first time today.
Can you tell us about the people he worked with?
Dad called him the mongoose.
The mongoose?
And you gotta know that he's working with somebody right inside your own department.
Conspiracy to commit gambling.
I got a 14-year-old kid out there looking for his father's killer.
Jack, you gotta slow down.
Hey, Lee.
Bill.
See, been a little while, huh?
It's good of you to come.
Sure.
You come without asking what it is I want. You are good friends. Chin? Yet go Chashuman.
You know, Lee, I think Crowley would use any excuse to come in here for your pork fried noodles.
That's what I ordered.
Oh, I think he's part Chinese.
Lee, you got a problem, right?
I need some help. My grandson. He's 17. Been gone 3 months now.
3 months? Well, why did you wait till now to call us?
Because it's a family problem. But after 3 long months, I call you now. His mother, she's very sick, and I'm worried.
You've not heard a word from him for 3 months, right?
No.
What's his name, Lee?
Harriam Kwan. Nothing to be alarmed about. It's to be expected.
Gambler?
It'll be all right. You know, my people, they gamble in the back.
And the police, they do their job?
It's perfect at 10. We're on the way to the station with 14 suspects. All right, let's move out.
Hey, listen, I sure hope you don't do anything to the cooks back there, because I got an order of pork fried noodles working.
Crowley, how are you?
Good, how are you?
How's it going, Wagner?
Hey, Pepper. Well, what is the first team doing in these back alleys? Surely it can't be the fine cuisine in this dump.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, it must be pretty slow down there, huh? You guys got nothing to do except hassle old men?
Oh, now, wait a minute. This is a commercial operation. Advice gets a lot of heat if we don't take these games. Besides, it's not that easy. So what are you doing here?
Mr. Kwan's grandson is missing. He was just telling us about it.
Well, he'll turn up. Probably running with one of the gangs. These people have really gotten out of hand. No offense.
They're all loaded up now. What about this guy?
Yeah, book him. Like I said, it's not that easy. See, that guy, he's a lookout. Anybody suspicious comes in here, he pushes a button behind that counter, and bingo, the game is over.
And by the time you get in the back, it's chess and checkers and chopsticks, huh?
Right.
Councilman. Everyone well?
Yeah. All right, hold it up a minute. Mr. McCormick here would like to say a few words. Councilman.
Thank you. Now, you all know how I feel about organized gambling in this city. Not only is it illegal, but it also breeds other forms of crime.
Politician.
Prostitution, corruption. And then again, you all know this. So let me just say that I stopped by to say, keep up the good work. The very good work. Thank you.
Your lieutenant explained to me about how you took the lookout. I'd call that good old police technique, Sarge.
McCormick, why don't you can all that crud you dished out in there and save it till next year when you run for re-election?
Did you have any problems?
Fine.
You sure you got him?
The tickets? I got them. Now, hot dog, about our bet. I'll tell you what. I'll give you the Rams at 3.
I got the Rams, but with 7.
7? The spread is 3. What are you trying to do, hustle me? All right, you bandit. You got 7. Now let's get going before we miss the kickoff.
Dad? Thanks.
Why? I still got a good bet with 7.
I mean, thanks for giving up your golf today. I know about the tournament. Mr. Bain called while you were in the shower.
Well, I'll tell you something, bandit. Something dumb. But I'd rather spend Sunday with you than play golf in the Masters. Now let's get... Wait a minute, where's the radio? Go get the radio. Man.
All the excitement of the big game. An afternoon that was made to order in a huge sellout crowd. You know, fans, both teams come in today with winning streaks, and the survivor will take that giant stride toward the
Hey, Paul. Glad communication got a hold of you two. Some mess, huh?
Anybody in that thing?
Curtis Forrester.
The reporter?
Right.
You got any suspects?
We just got started. That's his kid over there. He was standing near the house when it happened.
The kid saw it happen?
Yeah. I need someone to question him and then transport him over to Barton Hall.
Barton Hall? Paul, are you crazy? You can't let a kid go through an experience like this and then dump him at Barton Hall. What are you thinking about?
That's terrible.
What about his family? Has he got any relatives?
That's the problem. There is no one. His mother died 2 years ago. We've already contacted probation. He's got to go to Barton Hall until they can line up a foster place, home.
So meanwhile, we just question the kid, then dump him at the hall, is that it?
Paul, can't you just turn him over to juvenile?
Pepper, what I need is a woman's touch. You're the only female investigator that's not tied up today. Juvenile's got no one available. I'd like to help the kid, Pep, but his old man was a reporter.
He might have been onto something big. You're it, and that's all there is to it.
All right. We'll question him, but we're not going to dump him off at that place like a piece of baggage. Want to talk?
This is it?
Yes, it is. Bill, where are we going?
Not here.
Probation while he's here. I mean, the boy's been through hell. It could be weeks before he's able to open up to anybody. You know, it's just going to take a while for him to face what's happened.
You should take this in and talk to him.
The department is going to come down in the middle of your back for hiding him here, and you forget it's not our case. It's homicides. How quickly you forget.
Go in and talk to him. Here.
Feel like some hot chocolate? Jeff, we need your help to find out whoever is responsible for your father's death. We know how terrible you feel and how much he meant to you, but we need your help. Jeff?
I found some marshmallows.
Oh.
Want one?
Yeah, I like to watch them melt.
What about you, Jeff? Jeff, we think your dad was mixed up in something pretty big. You have any idea what it could have been? I mean, I really want to catch the guy that did that to your dad. And I promise you something, I will. But I can't do it by myself. We need your help, Jeff. Will you help us?
I'll help you. I want to help you.
Son, do you know what your dad was working on? What kind of a story?
No. He didn't talk about it much. He used to talk with Mom, but...
It's okay, Jeff. It's okay. Can you tell us about the people he worked with?
You mean on his own?
Yeah.
He had an informant. He used to talk with him on the telephone. They used to meet all the time.
Do you know his name, where he lived, anything like that?
No. Dad called him the Mongoose.
The Mongoose?
He asleep?
Yeah.
Nice kid.
He's a good kid, isn't he?
Did you ever turn the heat on in this place?
You cold?
Yeah, I'm always cold.
I'll get you some hot coffee.
You know something?
What?
I saw a side of you I never noticed before tonight.
Oh, like what? Like I make cold coffee?
No, that you'd make a good father.
Yeah?
Yeah. Jeff got a lot of strength from you.
Do you know what time it is? I can't make it. I want to go to bed.
I haven't finished this.
Well, I'm going to give you the keys to the car. Pick us up in the morning, okay?
You got an extra bathrobe? I love to sleep in men's bathrobes.
Yes? I'm from the probation department.
Sergeant Crowley?
No, Sergeant Pepper Anderson.
I'm Mary Snyder, juvenile probation officer. I've come for the boy. You realize you were supposed to transport him to Barton Hall last night. The boy is here.
Yes, he is here. I made some coffee. Why don't
you don't have to explain your behavior to me, Sergeant. This is a juvenile court order for the return of Jeffrey Forrester.
Bill, this is Mary
Snyder. I'm with probation. I've explained to your friend why I'm here.
The boy's asleep.
Would you please wake him?
Look, we've just begun to get through to him about his father. If you would try to understand.
I'm afraid I do. You see, I have to make a complete report about all this. My only concern is the well-being of the child.
This Miss Snyder and that Jeff's going to try to find you a really good temporary home. But things are going to work out, okay? Let me tell you something. I give you my word. We're going to catch him.
Sergeant Crowley, I just want you to know that my dad was a good reporter because he could relate to people. He could put himself in their shoes, take on their problems. My mom told me that once. She was right. I just wanted to thank you and Sergeant Anderson, for being like him and being with me last night.
Where is Jeff? I called everywhere.
He's with the probation department. They're trying to find him a suitable home.
A suitable home?
That's right, sir.
Mrs. Longley, find out who the chief probation officer is and get him on the line. I thought a Lieutenant Salvino of homicide was assigned this case.
That's right. He is. We're assisting him. Mr. Bain, could you tell us what Forrester was working on? What stories?
He was working on several assignments.
Like what?
Consumer fraud, a profile on bank robbers.
Yeah? What else?
Corruption in city government.
Involving who?
I don't know. Kurt was the best guy here, and you people know it. And when he was on standard assignments, he touched base with me. But when he was into something big, he'd go full bore and alone till he had his facts.
Which of these would you consider routine?
Consumer fraud.
Who's the mongoose?
What?
Jeff mentioned that his father was working with somebody called the mongoose. Who is that, Mr. Bain?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Now, if you do, this is hardly the time to remind us of freedom of the press.
Sergeant Anderson, Kurt was more than just an employee here. He was a close personal friend. And this paper would go to any extreme to find his killer.
Then why did you look away when we mentioned the mongoose?
Well, this mongoose, as Kurt chose to call him, was just a faceless name to me, to all of us here. We don't know who he is.
Then how did they communicate?
Well, this mongoose would call and set up appointments, that much I do know.
Mongoose always phoned Forrester?
Right. And then they'd obviously meet and, Oh, yes, put him on. Mr. Olin? Yes, I'm calling about Jeff Forrester. When? Keep me posted. If there's anything this paper can do, call me. Jeff's run away.
Crowley, what in the hell are you up to?
Oh, I'm just screwing around here, Captain, tightening up the pencil sharpener.
Don't get cute with me. That boy, you took him to your apartment, didn't you, instead of Barton Hall? You and your partner.
Which partner? I'm kind of heavy on
I
partners.
said don't get cute.
Yeah, well, Captain, let me tell you something. Now, what I do in my off-duty hours is my business. You got no right to even question about my personal
when
life.
you violate the rules and subject the department to outside criticism and interfere with an important investigation, I've got every right. Now, Crowley, I'm telling you, you take those files back to homicide, give them to Salvino, and you get out of this. And stay out of Chinatown. You could have lost up that raid, too.
Now, what do you guys have? Would you steal his holster or something?
Hey, what's the matter?
Bet I know what that was all about. Guess I should have gone home.
I thought it was legal between consenting adults.
Me too. Listen, man, you guys got nothing to do? Joe, take this file down to Salvino. No, both of you. Get over to Juvenile and see if you can help him locate that kid.
Park say we were in on this?
Nope.
I need some help, Mr. Bain.
Jeff, where are you?
My dad worked with someone called the Mongoose. I want to meet him. I need his telephone number so that I can...
Jeff, listen. The police will find him. You stay right where you are, and I'll send someone to pick you up. Now, give me your location.
I can't, Mr. Bain. Now, will you give me the number, please?
I don't have it, Jeff. Now, where are you?
Well, I'm not in any home, I'll tell you that.
All right, Morris, how about it?
Look, Bill, like I told you before, you don't give me the court order, I cannot give you the tolls. Now, I'm sorry, but that's company
Morris,
policy.
like I told you before, Pepper is with the judge right now. She'll be here any minute.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, hell, I got a 14-year-old kid out there looking for his father's killer. I want Forrester's tolls, Morris, and I want them now.
Bill, please, sit down, relax, huh?
You talk about your red tape. What'd you do, stop for lunch?
No, but the judge did.
Now, let's go, Morris. Read it later, will you?
Listen, if you want all the subscriber information here, it's going to take a while.
We'll wait.
This is the week of 6.
He's got to be one of these 6 phone numbers.
We'll try him. First, I want to check that house, in case Jeff might be there.
You know, you're sticking your neck way out in this one. Why? Homicidal. Look at that. That's Forrester's house. 12Y50, requesting fire units to 1338 Sunshine Terrace.
There's a van pulling out. Let's get it.
12Y50, requesting a clear frequency. We're in pursuit of a possible arson suspect from 1338 Sunshine Terrace. You got that?
Roger.
Take it a little easy, huh, Bill? 12Y50, suspect's vehicle is a 68 Ford van, light blue, license number, can you see it, Bill?
143.
License number 143.
Peter Charlie Edward.
Peter Charlie Edward.
lose him.
Y50 requesting a traffic unit. We had a little accident. Crowley was driving, of course. We're at the end of Sunshine Terrace in a ravine. Would you believe it? Suspect last seen heading westbound on Trent. You gotta change your driving habits.
Get out of the car.
Michael said it was definitely arson.
Yeah.
Quote, we could have parked a rig right on top of this place and the stew would have burned to the ground. End of quote.
Who'd the van finally come back to?
Joe's running it now.
Bill.
What?
Hey, you turkeys. I thought you ordered off this case.
That's right.
Yeah,
Listen,
we were
why don't you
close
tell
by,
your
so
boss-
I asked Bill to swing by and check, okay?
Well, okay. But the old man's on his way, and I'd clear out if I were you.
Hey, Bill. That van was stolen out of Las Vegas. Radio car just located it 6 blocks west of here.
What about the driver?
No luck, but they recovered 2 empty gas cans.
They called Prince?
They're en route.
What else can happen to this kid? Yeah, okay. That's fine.
We got the toll calls.
Good, that was Bain. Jeff called.
Where is he?
He doesn't know. The kid's out there looking for the mongoose. So let's start making his calls.
I'd like to speak to the mongoose, please. Right, the mongoose. No, I'm not kidding. Yeah, will you do the same, pal?
Yeah.
Mongoose?
Who's this?
Police officer. I want to talk to you.
Man, you gotta be crazy. I can't meet you. I'm being watched.
Okay, then I'll come meet you.
You know where I live?
Look, buddy, I told you I'm a cop. I've already run your number. Sure, I know where you live.
Yeah, all right, right. Yeah, but not here, you know, synagogue at 8 in Oxwood. Tonight, 7 o'clock. Yeah, and be alone.
You, Jerome?
How did you know? What? The telephone company, huh? It's all right. That ain't my real name anyway. Forrester picked that one out. The real Jerome Stallings, was killed. Traffic accident.
And you're who?
Mongoose. That's enough, Mongoose.
What was Forrester into?
Man. All I know, man, you got to be a part of the whole thing.
Part of what whole thing?
Corruption. Corruption. That's what Forrester called it. That's all I know.
Look, pal, now you get to the bottom line, or we're going to go down to the station, print you, and then we'll find out just who you really are. You get my message?
Right. John McCormick, your esteemed councilman, he's in debt. He's a big loser. Some local bookies, some that ain't so local.
And what?
And he's getting paid off. A big gambling syndicate to keep the heat off of Chinatown. It's a Chinese syndicate. And you gotta know that he's working with somebody right inside your own department.
Where's the boy?
I don't know. I never met him. Why?
He's run away. You think he could be in any danger?
Not unless he's got his father's file.
What would be in the files?
Well, I was able to get a hold of the Councilman McCormick's markers. Now, just by themselves, that wouldn't look too pretty in front of a grand jury, right?
There he is.
You want to tell him first about his grandson?
Yeah.
You have news of my grandson.
Lee, we have some bad news for you. Your grandson's dead, Lee.
He was found in San Francisco, a drug overdose.
It is as I feared. I have relatives there that can bring him home.
Is there anything we can do?
No. I have already caused you both much trouble. I will tell his mother. It is a family matter.
Lee, there's another young boy who's in trouble. His father was murdered, and I'm afraid that some of your people are involved. We need your help, Lee.
What can I do?
Good evening. How's the Shui Mai tonight?
Please, come with me.
You're all under arrest. Everybody freeze. Get your hands above the table. Steve, come in and tell him, will you?
Larry,
cover that door, will you? They're going to get their names. Everybody's name.
Anything's gonna happen?
Something better happen soon. I'd sure hate to have to explain this raid to Parks.
I hate to have to explain anything to that hardhead.
Jamal.
Looks like somebody's making a move.
You're in charge of this?
That's right.
Let's go outside. You've made a grave mistake.
Oh, yeah? How do you figure that?
This is not the night we agreed for a raid.
Uh-huh. Well, I tell you, I'm taking all these people in, and that includes the money.
You people must be new to Vice. Why don't we talk? My name is Fong. Being new, you should not get what the others get. Yet.
Well, what do you think we should get?
$500 a week for all.
500?
For everybody? Does that sound fair to you?
Hmm.
Why don't you show Mr. Fong what you got in your purse?
Mr. Fong, we'd like your help with a little matter we're investigating. Yes, I will do it.
Okay, thank you.
I can help you.
I'd like to see either Sergeant Anderson or Sergeant Crowley.
I'm sorry, they're both out. Can I help you?
Can I have a pencil?
Will a pen do?
Sure.
Front desk, Officer Boyer speaking. I'll have you transferred to burglary auto theft. Thank you.
Could you please give this to Sergeant Crowley? It's very important.
Okay, let's go. I got places to go and people to see.
You should learn to better schedule your time. Or when we hurry, we are more prone to mistakes.
You're a regular fortune cookie, you know that? Well, hey, you guys. For a minute, I thought you were a couple of 211 artists. What are you doing here?
We were about to ask you the same thing.
Meeting a snitch.
What's in the sack, Jack?
Lychee nuts. A friend I know likes them, and
What a whip.
You like lychee nuts?
You know, that was real stupid of you.
I bet you had more smarts than this, Wagner. Okay, you got it. You're under arrest.
Crowley, I have read every manual there is on interrogation. You're wasting your time. Book me. What's criminal conspiracy doing on this anyway? I mean, where's internal affairs, huh? Oh, I get it. Conspiracy to commit gambling. Well, that's worth about a $50 fine.
What about conspiracy to commit murder?
You crazy? You know what a guy gets when we bust him for gambling? A $10 fine. The law is a joke. Nobody cares. So when I got offered $100 a week to do the same thing I've been doing for 5 years, well, why not? But get off this thing about murder.
Did you know Curtis Forrester?
Sure, a hell of a nice guy.
Well, we think your politician friend may have killed him. Or had him killed.
McCormick, come on.
He was about to expose him, Wagner. And your involvement in Chinese gambling interests.
Crazy.
You believe this? You recognize that?
Sure, it's McCormick's phone number, so.
These are Forrester's tolls. He phoned McCormick 3 days before he was killed.
Obviously to confront him with the story.
My name is Jeff Forrester. My dad was Curtis Forrester. Yes, he had your name and number in an appointment book of his. Could we meet someplace? I have to talk to you. Yes, sir? Okay. Thank you.
Crowley, I won't bore you with specifics. Do you have any idea what you're doing?
Pepper, bring in those tapes, will you?
Being new, you should not get what the others get. $500 a week, or all.
500?
I'm sorry, Chief. We just don't know who was involved.
Bill?
Excuse me, I don't mean to be rude, but Mr. Mossman here. I mean, what is the Attorney General's interest in this case?
Forrester went to them, for obvious reasons.
I've been studying your technique, Sergeant. Do you conduct all your investigations in this fashion?
In what fashion?
Unilaterally?
I think the important thing right now is to get the job done. And we got two immediate problems. Find Jeff Forrester and bust McCormick. Yeah, Joe, what do you want?
Excuse me. Forrester boy left it at the desk for you.
Sergeant Crowley, I have most of my dad's files. I'm going to meet with someone who may help. I'll keep in touch. Sorry I missed you, Jeff. Joe, you and Pete get a team together. Check every hotel in the downtown area.
What kept you? Long was late. Taking care of it. There won't be any more.
What's that supposed to mean, Wagner?
Well, it's simple. We had an agreement. I take care of the games. You keep everything in line. Well, Councilman, you went too far. It seems you're involved in a murder. Curtis Forrester?
You've been smoking some of that weed that you boys confiscate.
I know he talked to you. I've seen his tolls. And I know he was about to give us some big headlines.
Mr. McCormick,
Mm-hmm.
I have a warrant to search your residence.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, now let's see what the lie detector says about Councilman McCormick. Hey, Rob. So, what do you think?
Our councilman is being very cooperative. Oh, I avoided any area that could jeopardize your gambling conspiracy.
Notice that. Thanks.
What about Forrester's murder?
Oh, he's clean, Pepper. They never met. Forrester did phone to set up an appointment. McCormick thought it was about a story on his good record in fighting crime.
But McCormick and Forrester never met.
That's right.
Okay, thanks, Rob.
Yeah, thanks.
Listen, call Bain's office. See if you can come up with any more background on Forrester's assignments.
What about robbery, homicide? You want me to call them?
Pepper, just call Bain's office, okay?
Okay, Forrester was here on the 19th.
Mr. Hawley, what was his primary interest with the Bureau?
He was writing an article on the futility of robbing banks. You know, because of the security, cameras, everything. We solved about 9 out of 10, which is pretty bad odds for a crook. And he also looked through the outstanding suspect files. That's suspects that are photographed during actual robberies have been identified, but haven't been arrested yet.
Do you have that file in this office?
Oh, yes, we do.
Could I see it?
Oh, certainly. Most of them have been reduced to wanted posters.
Forrester looked through this whole book?
Yes, he did. Several of them interested him.
Oh?
Well, one in particular because he took it with him. Let's see.
Looks like we got our work cut out for us.
Yeah, he took a copy of that with him.
Looks like
We're going to move on it.
Phil, the manager thinks the boy is staying here. Room 109, paid for 3 nights in advance.
Where's Pete?
Upstairs checking. Anything about the mongoose?
We just left there. He's gone. Robbery homicide's going to stake it.
Stake, you got a hint?
Yeah, look what I found in the kids' room. Looks like he's got a meeting with the mongoose tonight at 8.
Where?
Doesn't say.
I think I know where.
Yeah?
Jeff, over here. Son, you wanted to talk.
You worked with my father. I thought you might be able to tell me what he was working on.
Sure, sure.
Hey, Joe. Pep, take that aisle.
It's your dad's file?
No, just some notes I was taking.
Anybody know about this meeting?
No.
Wait, hold it right there, first.
You all right? Hold it! Hold it!
What happens to Jeff now?
He's gonna stay with the Baines till they can find a good foster home.
Good. Is he okay?
Yeah, I think he's gonna be okay. Son, listen. I want you to keep in touch with us, will you? Gonna stay in touch?
Well, all I can say is that I love you both.
We love you too, honey. We really do. It's tough. We know it's tough.
Hey, Jeff, listen, what do you say I got this Sunday off. Why don't I come by and pick you up? Spend the day together, okay?
Pepper?
Oh, well, I don't know about Pepper. Yeah, okay, with Pepper.
Okay, you gonna tell me?
It's very simple. First you fry your sausages, then you add your peppers, your mushrooms, your garlic,
That's
your parmesan.
not what I mean.
Smell this. Huh?
You're
Terrific.
evading the issue. You broke every rule in the book.
I felt sorry for the kid, just like you did.
No, there's more to it than that. Come on, why?
Well, you want the story of my life? You already know that.
You never talk about when you were a little boy.
You never talk about when you were a little girl.
I never was a little girl.
I'll buy that.
Bill.
Okay, I was in home.
Like Bart.
No, it's probably worse than Bart. You wouldn't believe what goes on in some of those places. I wasn't gonna let that happen to that kid.
Want to go to San Francisco?
When?
Tonight.
What are you talking about?
I've already got the tickets.
Are you kidding? I got 2 days of report writing to do.
The review board reviewed our little traffic accident. It seems we failed to avoid an avoidable accident. We are on a 2-day suspension.
We are?
You wouldn't believe what goes on in San Francisco.
remarkable man.
I appreciate beauty. You're a lovely girl, Francine. I think we can help you.
That girl, that kid we ran into last night.
There's more to this.
We used to call it white slavery.
You have an opportunity that a few girls ever get, and I'm not going to let you spoil it.
Go!
Give me the police.
Put it down, Joanne. Let's talk. There's nothing for you to worry about.
Please.
Anyway, we must have been sitting in the car for, I don't know, something like 6 or 7 hours. Nothing. I figured we were going to set a new record for stakeouts.
Well, you'd have to go a long way to beat Larry Miller. You know he sat out for 15 hours, him and his partner?
Yeah, well, anyway, Steve Wanton going ape, see? So suddenly he gets this little glint in his eye. Now, we both had CC units because they just started issuing them to us.
I think I know what's coming. It ain't a long one, is it?
Well, let me finish the story, all right?
Okay.
Well, anyway, so he gets this glint in his eye. Well, he suddenly turns to me and he says, give me your radio. I say, why? He says, because I'm a sergeant and you're a lousy investigator. That's why. So I gave him my radio. So I said, okay. Well, I swear to you, this is true. He takes the radio, gets out of the car, walks over to a mailbox. He drops the radio in the mailbox. Without a word, he comes back, sits down in the car, and just sits there. Well, about 2 minutes go by, nobody said a word. Suddenly, this little old lady walks down the street. She sticks a letter in the mailbox. And the voice from down inside says, I purely do thank you, ma'am.
I'm sorry. I heard this before.
Well, what did the lady do?
She said, you're welcome, and walked off. What would you say to a mailbox?
Pepper, you'd make a great straight man. Straight person? Straight person. All right. It's your turn, Joe. No. I've told all my stories. Oh, no, I don't want any more stories. I'm talking about Vinny's. It's your turn to buy. It's Pepper's turn.
No, I'm sorry, guys. Pepper's got a hot date.
Really? Who?
Me.
Terrific.
You mean my driving, of course.
No, to be free for an evening. Oh.
There wasn't anything free about that $30 dinner.
It was Dutch, remember?
Well, that's Lib.
Yeah. Men's.
What's happening up there?
Whatever, let's not get involved.
That looks like Milt. That is Milt Taylor.
Come on, folks.
Hey, Milt.
Keep her moving. Keep her moving.
What's happening here, officer?
Didn't you hear me, sir? There's nothing here to concern you folks, and we don't need onlookers.
Well, I'm not really an onlooker. I'm
Sir, I don't
officer.
care who you are. You have to move it, sir.
Hey, Milt.
It's okay. Hi, Pepper. Bill.
Hey, Milt, how are you? What's happening here?
A young kid, maybe 15. He turned on the gas.
Dead?
Yeah. You know, I'll bet over the years there have been a dozen suicides in that old flea trap. Most of them kids under 20.
We're blocking traffic.
Yeah, I hope to see
I'll
you
see you
around.
later, Milt. Okay, take it easy.
Just routine.
That's why I never like working patrol. Nah, that kind of stuff. Just happy somebody else is handling it.
Okay, will do.
What is this, gonna be something new?
Well, you like Hawaiian music, don't you?
Yeah, I like Hawaiian music.
Well, then tell me exactly how many do you want?
How many, what do I want?
Oh, raffle tickets for the Policeman's Benevolent League. 2 weeks in Hawaii for you and Harriet?
Uh-huh.
Think about that, Joseph. $20 and you got yourself a sure thing.
Got myself a sure thing.
Absolutely.
Tell me something. How do you propose to do that?
Well, I happen to have a little pull in the proper places. Why don't we just leave it at that?
Bill and Pep take any?
Pep took 5. Bill still got his hand in his pocket, but you know that'll be coming out soon. You know, Harriet would really appreciate, basking on the beach, sipping Mai Tais.
You're not trying to bribe me now, are you?
Think about it, will you? All alone, no telephones away from here? In Hawaii?
2 weeks in Hawaii. Basking in the sun.
That's right.
I'm gonna put our life in your hands.
You got a deal.
K-L-E-M-E-N, right? I-N. M-I-N. Okay, got it. Yeah, we'll be waiting right here for him. Okay, Captain. We'll see you then. Right.
What was that about?
That kid we ran into last night.
The suicide. It wasn't a suicide?
Oh, all the evidence says it was. They got prints on it. Joanne Clement, Dayton, Ohio. Turned 16 last month. The runaway. Sounds commonplace.
But it isn't.
The folks just flew in. They're in Barnes' office now. He's sending them down here, then he wants to talk to us.
There's more to this.
Yeah. We used to call it white slavery.
I'd like to see Mr. Victor, please.
Is this in reply to the newspaper ad?
Yes, ma'am.
Your name, please.
Laura Baker.
Now, please be seated. He'll be with you in a little while.
Are you involved with anyone?
Well, he doesn't own me. We've only been together for a couple of months.
What does he do, Francine?
He's a musician, Primal Scream.
Huh?
That's the group he's with. He plays the guitar.
Oh. Have you had any other involvements?
Yeah, there was a bass player, and then there was this bus driver.
Now, you're a lovely girl, Francine. And I think we can help you. But we're going to need some pictures.
And you have a special photographer in mind.
Oh, no, we don't do that. Anyone you choose. Just so the pictures do justice to your charms.
I know what you mean. Thanks a real lot, Mr. Victor. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And you too.
Well, what do you think?
I think not. She's too experienced for my purposes.
Yeah. Well, she looks good, going on 18. I can use her in local films. Maybe loops.
That's your concern. I merely want quickly to get a replacement for Miss Clement.
She was our only child. Until a year ago, she'd never been away from home overnight. Not one night.
We did everything we could to find her. Private detectives,
Everything, you know.
Yes. Mr. Clement, I'm afraid we do know.
And she never tried to contact you?
Not until the other day when we got the letter. And she...
Well, for the first time in years, she seemed so happy. That's why we couldn't believe that she'd do what they say she did.
Joanne always wanted to be an actress, a dancer, something like that. We tried to talk her out of it. We told her it's a 1 in a million chance. We didn't want her to get hurt, but she was pretty stubborn.
Just exactly what was in the letter?
Well, it was like, I told you so. She said she just got this job, a real good job, a model. And she said she was going to travel all over the world. I mean, she seemed so happy.
No. Slowly, Miss Baker. Turn a little more slowly, please. Huh? Lovely. You're very lovely. Now, do your parents know you came here?
Oh, sure.
Now, be honest with me, Laurie.
Well, I know it'll be okay with them.
I hope so. Because you're a minor. And if we do get you assignments, your parents will have to give their approval.
My parents aren't here in town.
Oh? Where are they?
My mother's in Mississippi.
And you ran away.
I left. It was better that way.
When did you get here?
About 6 weeks ago. And I need the work, Mr. Victor.
I'm sorry. But without your parents' consent, you can't sign contracts.
I thought it'd be different if I came out here.
Anywhere in the country, Laura.
There is one possibility. You see, Miss Baker, I represent a number of clients abroad. As you well know, American things are extremely popular in other countries. Music, food, fashion. Well, blue jeans, for example. The whole world wears blue jeans. And attractive young girls like yourself, well, they're very much in demand as models.
I could go to Europe?
The fact is, Miss Baker, if you wanted to, you could go most anywhere.
The ones they ship out, most of those kids, 15, 16. And they're all runaways.
So there won't be any parents around to make waves.
That seems to be the idea.
And they wind up in the Mideast.
A small sheikdom named Ramat.
Yeah, but Captain, you know, a little country like that, now that couldn't account for all the white slave traffic. It's got to be a clearinghouse, don't you think?
Right. From there, they ship them to hell and gone.
Charming.
Come on, come on. Where you want to eat?
Getting less and less hungry by the minute.
Well, then let's try the copper kettle. They serve small portions. The way we got it figured, Victor handles the legitimate end of the operation here.
And this Hattar?
Jamal Hattar?
Yeah. He's in charge of the slavery operations, right?
No, he works at it. I didn't say he ran it. We think the real boss is a guy by the name of Salim Daoud, a visiting college professor at State University. He came over here about 3 months ago, and right after he arrived, we began to hear the rumors.
Daoud.
We don't know too much about him, except that he's single and well-traveled, and understand he's quite a ladies' man. You know, Sergeant, I get the feeling that he'd really go for you.
Harriet, what do you mean we can't go to Hawaii? Pete said winning the raffle's a sure thing. The kids, well, they buy a couple extra tickets, half fare, and take them with us. Or we can leave them with your mother and make a second honeymoon out of it. I don't know, sweetheart. I'll leave that part up to you. Of course, Bill will give me the time off. Look, I've got at least 2 weeks coming to me after the Brandon case alone. Bill, Harriet wants to know.
Tell her, yes, I'll do anything to get rid of you for a while. And give her my love.
He's real reluctant about it. But he says he'll try to get along without me. And he sends you a kiss. One of his famous freebies. I'll see you later.
Atini Isem Hotel Karib. Can you please tell me the time? Arzouk Eli Ahsha. It is noon. Dalyuti Dhuhran. it is the dinner hour. الآن ساعة العشاء.
Hi. A little tougher than French.
Oh, not if you're an Arab. How come?
If I'm going to enroll in that course, I have to have at least a little background in this, in case teacher starts making inquiries.
Oh, yeah, teacher. Here we go. Professor Daoud.
Jamil. Or is it Gamil? Loose translation for not bad.
Pep, look. I mean, if you don't mind, this is my office and I got a little work I gotta do, so... I mean, if you really don't mind.
Of course not.
Okay. You wanna take your Berlitz and split? Yeah, Crowley. Yeah, we're on to it. I know this pressure. We're always under pressure, aren't we? Uh-huh. Daoud, right. Pepper will be meeting with him at exactly this time tomorrow afternoon.
Public opinion thus confined the women to the house, leading to the establishment of the harem system or enforced the seclusion. This absence of women from normal activity on the streets is characteristic of many Arabic towns until this day. This gradual disappearance of women from public festivities and even from worship has given rise to a widespread Western view that Arabic women are consigned to an inferior position. But it is very important for us to know that in the earliest days of Arab culture, their status was completely different. They were not closely veiled, not much more secluded than their European sisters. In fact, many of them were very well educated and accomplished. I think it is very important to see that the Western concept of Arabic oppression of their women comes from the growth of some later, even modern, usages. In truth, the Arabs, in their deepest traditions, have been perhaps among the most chivalrous people in the world. I'm looking forward at our next meeting. Thank you.
Dr. Daoud, I'm sorry I walked in so late. That makes 2 lectures I've missed.
I know. Had you been here, I would have been very much aware of it.
Thank you.
As I was when you arrived.
Well, thank you again.
And now you wonder how you can make up the work.
Yes, if I can.
Mrs. Anderson.
Miss.
Forgive me. You're not taking the course for credit.
No, I'm interested in the subject matter. I'm a teacher, and I'm assigned to Saudi Arabia to an American high school next term, so I want to learn all I can about its people and its history.
That's commendable.
Thank you.
You see, our first class is a get-acquainted session. So the students and I might come to know one another.
Oh.
But we can easily make that up. If you'll come for dinner with me tonight.
Well,
Miss Anderson, as one Mideast scholar to another, I would be most honored if you'd say yes.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you, I wouldn't have to pretend with her.
She's got to be 19 if she's a day.
Yeah, way over the hill, right?
Huh. Hey, look at this.
A little young, don't you think?
For people with normal taste, yeah.
Yes, Helen.
Miss Baker's here.
Send her in, please.
Mr. Victor, Mr. Tar, my landlady said you called.
Yes, and it's very nice that you're so prompt. Now tell me, do you know of a place named Hartley's?
No.
Well, they sell very elegant clothing.
Oh, you mean I'm going to model for them?
No, I already explained that that would be impossible, but You are going there tomorrow morning, and they're going to help you select a very nice wardrobe at our expense, of course.
I don't understand.
We want you to look your best for the trip.
The trip?
My associates were very impressed with the photographs we sent them. So you are going to fly to London. And after that,
You really mean this?
you will leave in a few days. We will take care of the passport, reservations, all the details.
Of course, you'll be very well chaperoned all the way, and here's a little something in advance.
Mr. Victor, I don't know what to say.
We would appreciate it if you didn't say anything to anyone.
You understand, Laurie? We're the only agency in the city handling this sort of thing, and since we were the first ones to think of it, we sort of have a corner on the market. So if the news got out, so mum's the word, huh?
Total mum, for sure.
Here she comes.
She looks mighty happy.
We better stay with her.
Don't you want to talk with her?
I don't know yet. If she goes home to Mom and Dad, there's nothing to talk about.
Good evening.
Good evening. I guess the standard expression is for me?
I hope you approve, Miss Anderson.
Approve? Are you kidding? Oh, my. Oh, and it's Pepper.
Salim?
Salim.
Yes.
I just don't know what to say. I mean, the roses are lovely, but the vase, I'm speechless. I don't know what to say.
It is from my small collection.
It's priceless.
No, it's your delight that is priceless.
You're not your run-of-the-mill professor. Most teachers I know, the only collection they have is, thank you, a collection of unpaid bills.
Well, I'm more fortunate.
Family wealth,
Yes,
oil,
among other things.
like.
The enjoyment of life. Shall we?
Oh, definitely. For that matter, you're not your ordinary Arab either.
My mother was French. Perhaps that explains it.
Yes, that explains a lot of things.
No, I'm very Arab. And I'm ready to share it with you.
Sounds nice.
Definitely not Mom and Dad.
Well, let's go see what kind of a story she lays on us. Go around the back in case she tries to rabbit. Oh, miss? I'm with the police department. I want to make it have a word.
Let me go, please.
Police.
Let me go.
Just relax.
It's all right, honey. It's okay. We're both police officers. Nobody's going to hurt you. We just want to talk to you, okay?
You're going to send me back, aren't you?
Send you back where?
To my mother and that guy,
What's your name, honey?
Laurie Baker. But you know that.
How old are you, Laurie? About 14?
15. And I'm not going back.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that later. Right now, we're more interested in some people you've been meeting with here.
I had couscous once, in San Francisco.
Not the way I make it. There are dozens of variations. Mine is indisputably the best.
Can I have the recipe?
Only if you'll join in my toast. May I?
Of course.
Very poor timing. You'll excuse me?
Certainly.
Hello? Yes, sir. I understand we have someone working on it. I would say within a few days. It's very likely.
Does Hattar know the client is on the way?
I'm sure Attar is aware of it. If they suspected anything, they would have taken action by now. Of course, the last I heard, the flight was on schedule. I'll see if I can't expedite matters.
You've done well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Again, my apologies. A graduate student at the university. She's doing a thesis.
You make yourself very available to your students.
Shall we toast to that?
All right.
To our relationship.
To our relationship.
Wherever it may lead.
He said Hattar's name on the phone.
Yep.
But he didn't say what would happen in a few days.
I can make a guess.
Make it.
That's when they ship over another girl.
I'll buy it. Because we found her.
A runaway?
Yeah. Juvenile notified her mother in Mississippi. Her mother's a boozer, so is the guy she lives with. They couldn't care less what happens to the kid.
So?
So we're petitioning to make her a ward of the court.
And use her as a snitch?
Yeah, the court approves.
That could put her in a lot of danger. You can't do
We'll
that.
have a policewoman staying with her, Pep.
Even so, that...
Even so, there's still a danger. I know that. I feel a responsibility for the kid. But I got another responsibility, too. I gotta bust up a white slave ring. I gotta try to save a lot of little girls. Now, this kid is the key to busting it. If she can't help me, it's back to go. Look, I had a decision to make, and I made it, okay?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so am I. Okay, so what else did you pick up last night? Anything?
What I told you.
What about Daoud? Did he,
Yeah, he's very charming.
Yeah, but I mean, did he,
I was wired, remember? If he had, you'd have known. He's a perfect gentleman.
Is it alone?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Victor?
Oh, here you are. I've been looking for you. I even tried reaching you at home.
I was arranging for the girl's passport.
Oh, well, another young lady came in here, and I thought she might be all right, and if you wanted to
Don't
see her,
bother. Mr. Victor, our partnership has been a very rewarding one.
Has been?
My people want me to work out of another city.
Why? We've hardly scratched the surface here.
We have reason to believe that the local police are becoming suspicious.
But we still have 2 days before we put Laurie Baker on the plane.
Then you will receive your full commission, and she'll be the last one.
well, we're set. But we got some stringent guidelines.
Well, looks like I'm gonna be doing some babysitting.
That's one, round the clock. 2, no jeopardy. I mean, if that little girl so much as stumps her toe, my butt's gonna be up in front of the bench.
Well, I think I've come up with something very interesting. I never thought I'd be saying something nice about the telephone company, but
now you are, right?
Well, I just got to give credit where credit is due. You know that telephone call Pepper was listening in on? Where do you suppose that one came from?
Pete, don't milk it. Just give it to me, will you?
A little country in the Middle East called Ramat.
Did you tell Pepper?
It's too late. She already split.
Hey! Hey, Bill. Pepper, listen, I apologize. I'm sorry.
Hey, buddy.
As long as it was business.
What was business?
What? Sit down, Bill. You're missing something fantastic.
You like this, buddy?
What is that?
That's couscous. Strictly vegetarian.
Couscous. Mm-hmm. That's Arabian, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. There are a lot of variations, but one thing is for sure. Mine is the best.
Definitely.
Oh.
Is this a recipe you picked up someplace?
Yeah. From a terrific friend.
think she's pretty good.
Yeah, at best.
That's all?
What you are seeing is a corruption. I know that sounds pompous, but it is the truth. This sort of dancing used to be deeply rooted in religion. It's a thing of remarkable grace, beauty, and even piety. Well, later...
You know, I believe that you are a true Renaissance man, one of the few I've ever met.
Really?
You're a historian, a teacher, you speak 6 languages.
5, and not all of them well.
You're a gourmet cook. You're a student of the arts. You're a remarkable man.
I appreciate beauty.
It seems so.
You are the proof.
Are there many women in your life?
Of course. It's a valued tradition in my country.
And they're beautiful?
And that, too, is a tradition.
Then why do you come so far?
Well,
No, seriously. You have a beautiful home in Ramat. Servants, everything a man could want, including, I imagine, your choice of women. Why would you come to the United States to take a job that probably doesn't pay for your plane ticket?
well, I have other interests.
Involving women? Beautiful women?
Since I've come to this country, Pepper, I have found only one woman in whom I have any interest at all.
Gee, I was scared you wouldn't get my message. Mr. Hattar came over today.
Oh, what do you want?
I am supposed to leave day after tomorrow, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Look at this.
They did a nice job with that.
Oh, it says I'm 18.
Yeah, I noticed.
The clothes they picked for me for the trip, they make me look even older.
What about that ticket?
It's non-stop to London.
Yeah, well, they'll probably have somebody there to smuggle you the rest of the way. Did Hattar say he'd be at the airport?
He's gonna drive me there.
Laurie, you think you can go through with this thing?
I think so.
You know, we'll be at the airport. There'll be a lot of us there. You got nothing to worry about, believe me.
Sure.
You're gonna be safe between now and then. In about an hour, there'll be a policewoman over. Her name's Mary Lou Groves. She's gonna stick with you till we get this thing wrapped up. Think you're gonna like her. See you at the airport. Laurie? Okay.
About those raffle tickets now.
What do you want?
Well, you know how those raffle tickets are.
Later, Pete.
Well, you know, if you don't come out of your
Come on,
pocket,
Pete, later.
your hand
We're
is
busy
gonna be
right now,
the
okay?
deductible and everything. Yeah. Pep?
Four-Star Modeling Agency. Oh, yes. Just a moment, please.
Yes, Helen?
Is Mr. Hattar with you?
No, but I'll get him.
Line 1.
It's for you.
Thanks. Yes? Put him on. Good afternoon, sir. Today? Yes, sir, I'll have her there. Thank you.
Get who where?
Your commission on Miss Baker should be higher than you thought.
Well, how's that?
The expenses will be down. We won't have to send her to London on a commercial plane.
Huh?
A client of mine is here on business. He's starting back to Ramat this afternoon in a private plane.
You mean he's willing to take her along?
He insists on it. It's only himself and the crew. He might get lonely. If I get any more calls, I'll be back in a couple of hours.
Yes, sir.
Chow relief's not here yet, Laurie. Hungry?
Sort of.
All right, I'll go out and get us a couple of hamburgers and fries. Be back in 10, 15 minutes.
Wait a second. I owe some money.
It's on the police department. We've got a fantastic budget.
Thanks, Miss Groves.
Mary Lou, keep the door locked, huh?
Arab dominance of the Mediterranean world of the Middle Ages imposed a great cautionary influence on the art of terror. This stemmed from the Islamic injunction against the graven image and the deep belief that the creation of beauty comes only from God.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Yes.
There's a phone call for you. They said it was an emergency.
Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, and relax for a few moments.
But I haven't even packed yet, you see.
That shouldn't take more than a few seconds.
I have to change my clothes. I mean, I can't go like this. Look, why don't you come back and say 15 minutes, and by that time I'll be
We
already...
don't have 15 minutes, Laurie. You have an opportunity that a few girls ever get, and I'm not going to let you spoil it. It's for your sake. So, we are leaving now.
Dawood. Yes, I know where. I am deeply grateful. Thank you.
Beautiful, isn't it? And you will find it's much more comfortable than a commercial plane. Stop!
I don't want to.
Stop it. We have a commitment and you will fulfill it. You will board that plane and you will behave yourself from this moment on. Do you understand?
Are you all right?
There's an ambulance on the way.
Bill, I can't believe he's one of them.
He's not. How do you suppose we got here? He's the one who called us.
You see, Pepper, we are a small country, and we are trying very hard to progress as rapidly as our wealth has grown. Very simply, we want the world's respect. And if it became known that some of our people were engaged in...
It would set you back pretty far, huh?
We wanted to handle it ourselves. I was not to contact any police agency here until it became absolutely necessary.
And so they set you up as a professor.
I am a professor, not a policeman. It took me more than 1 month before I could place our receptionist in Victor's office.
Well, professor or policeman, you've saved an awful lot of young girls.
Oh, the girl, how is she?
Fine. She'll be placed in a foster home soon.
She's not going home then?
No.
I am. As soon as I leave here, if I can clear up the matter of entering your country with a gun illegally.
I think you've more than cleared yourself.
I hope so. Pepper,
Yes.
I hope one day you'll be my guest in my home.
Salim, that's a beautiful thought.
In any case, I want us never to lose contact.
I want that too. I truly do. I better let you rest. See you tomorrow.
What's been happening here?
You won the raffle.
Huh?
I was supposed to be the lucky one. And you got it all, Bill.
Oh, my...
2 weeks in Hawaii, huh? And I put my life in your hands? Huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I didn't buy any raffle tickets.
yes, but Pep bought 5 and she put 1 in your name. And you won.
Is that true? Why would you do that?
Because, well, for good luck. I love you. What else?
Didn't want to make me look cheap, huh?
Bill, you're not cheap. You're very thrifty.
They're just frugal.
Yeah.
Joe!
Frugal. You're frugal. Anyway, there you go. 2 weeks in Maui.
2 weeks in Maui?
Yeah. You and a friend. Anyone you want to take.
How about you, friend?
Sure. I'd love it. Yeah, thank you.
You promised not to say anything to Pete and Joe. I'll let you have the ticket for half price.